is the Lukio podcast, and I'm Minea, and this is Jalmari, and we're here talking about money. And the reason we chose money is because we feel that it is a thing that's closely related to our lives as teenagers and well-being in general. Because when we're turning 18, we're almost adults, it starts to play an even bigger role in our lives. And for me personally, I'm a person who finds saving money really easy. I like saving money. I'm a minimalist. I don't buy that much stuff. But I know that for a lot of teenagers, it's a really big struggle.
Yeah, I'm the opposite of that. I can't save money. Every time I get money from summer jobs, I always use it. And I use it in large amounts.
Well, what do you buy?
Shoes, clothes, or something, not really anything important actually.
Yeah, I think that it's really common to buy clothes and material. I think that it's really rooted that we think that money equals happiness and that those things equal happiness. I mean, I love buying stuff, or at least I used to, even though I don't do it that much anymore.
I'm so used to whenever I get money, I always think about the money amount and what I can get for that money amount.
Yeah.
And so I'm always spending money. And well, I think money kind of makes me happy. It's for a short time period usually.
Yeah.
But I still like to spend money on clothes and other stuff.
I think that money is more of a tool that gives us stuff that we enjoy. And I think that buying trips and experiences and maybe going out to eat with your friends, that makes you happy and you need money for that. And at least for me, the biggest thing about money is security. The fact that I don't have to worry if I can afford food or if I can pay housing or phone bills or that sort of stuff. And we're really privileged to have that right to not have to worry that much about money compared to a lot of people. So in a way, I think that money does make you happy.
Because of my parents, I don't really have to worry about that yet. I'm already 18, but I don't really pay for a lot of stuff myself. I just buy myself clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why I think when I move out, I need to actually learn to spend money on housing and stuff. But right now I just want to spend it on fun stuff.
Yeah. And I think that as teenagers, it's okay to spend money. We don't have to be minimalists and live without spending, but I think that it's about finding the balance between saving for the future and enjoying the present moment. I like to travel, I like to hang out with my friends. If we do something special that requires money, and I don't want to feel bad for spending money for stuff that actually make me happy. And at the same time, I think that parents and schools should really focus on teaching kids how important it is to save money. And at the end of the day, it's saying you save money isn't enough. You need to be specific on how you can save money. What's it like to open a bank account, investing, that sort of stuff. Because we're not rich people. We really few of us have full-time jobs or something like that. Studying is what we do, so we don't have too much money, or at least most of us don't.
I only do summer jobs.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty much so, and I use all of my money on stuff that I don't use 2 years to the future. I won't need my shoes and stuff. I want to have new shoes by then.
Yeah.
So I don't really I use for a short period of time.
And at least previously for me, I didn't know where my money went to. I'd make a lot of money during the summer, and then I didn't keep track of what I was spending all the money on. When I started to really look at my bank account and see how much money I was spending on food, how much money I was spending on clothes, books, trips, candy, whatever I was spending it on, it was easier when I was aware of what was going on in my financial life.
I pretty much know what I use it on, but I'm so used to it and I don't really care.
Yeah, and I think that that's what society teaches us to do. Like we need to spend and spend and spend, and we have advertisement. Our lives are pretty much built on what we have, and it shows. If you have like really expensive clothes, a nice car, or you live a pretty rich life, it's considered really good and it gives you power. And I don't think it's all a bad thing. Of course, it's really problematic because we don't always have the same opportunities to become rich, but it is a reality.
Yeah, I use way too much money on, like, compared to how much I make. I use a lot of money, like I use all of it. I don't really know, like when I get a job and I move out, I have to like change my like lifestyle a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm not waiting for it yet because it would be annoying because of how used to I am like using money.
Yeah, I think that for me, I'm really grateful to my parents because they made me open a savings account when I was like 6, and then I started investing money and that sort of stuff. So it's a habit. I don't have to like think about it. The money just leaves from my bank account and goes to like a trust fund or something. So I don't have to like think about saving money. So for those who have always been used to spending a lot of money, it can be really hard to like break that cycle. Like especially if people are just telling you stop spending, save the money. It's not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah, I have had a savings account for some time and I still like use most of the money that's there.
Yeah.
So like that hasn't really changed a lot.
Yeah, for me I would do that too, but I made my account the way that I can't take money away from there. So like I'll get it in like a few years because I knew that it would be way too tempting to spend it if I like had it within reach.
Yeah, because I can, and that's kind of the problem with
Yeah.
my savings account.
Yeah, and I think that for me, I think a lot about the future and about studying. So that kind of motivates me to save money, to make money, because it's really so stressful to have to worry about it all the time. But I also think that it is kind of part of the being a student, the experience of going to a university and then living on like tuna and that sort of stuff, like spending very little money on anything other than partying and maybe studying a bit. Yeah. So I also think that if you have enough money to survive that time, it can also teach you a lot.
Yeah, because I think about studying and the future a lot, but I'm so like used to spending. I really don't want to like worry about money in the future yet. I just spend it. I still like sometimes think that I should have money for the future and studying and stuff, but like I just like think about it in the future.
Yeah, and I do that too because money can be really cause a lot of anxiety. When I think about the future, I start worrying about if I'll have money, if I'll have financial problems, if I can afford rent, and then it just kind of builds up and I get so stressed I just don't want to think about it at all. So like everyone should spend more time talking about money and the role money plays in our society. Since if I would have grown used to that as a kid, then maybe it wouldn't scare me as much.
Like I'm not that scared because I think I'll like get money from somewhere probably and I will get a job. But still I think about it sometimes because like I will still have like many years to like study.
Yeah.
And I have to pay rent and stuff and I don't really have anything saved.
Yeah.
So but I'm like so like bad at thinking about the future, like actually thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about it but I still spend the money.
And I think that a lot of the time when like grown-ups talk to us, teenagers, about money, they are really like judgmental and they just say like save the money, it isn't as hard, stop spending all that money. They don't really give you good practical tips on how to do it. And I think that they are in a place in their lives where they have a lot of loans and that sort of stuff, so they can't really relate to having kind of financial problems we do. For most of us, the problems aren't that serious. We still have a house to sleep in and some food in the fridge, but we still like have to worry about money in a way that it's a part of our lives anyway.
If we had like all these loans and stuff and actually had to pay for stuff, like I would have to like think about it.
Yeah.
But now it's so like at this time it's so easy to just like spend all my money because my mom or dad will buy me anything I need.
Yeah, and I think that it's really stressful to think about money since it's such a big, powerful thing. Because every purchase we make sends some sort of message. So it's sometimes really stressful to think like, can I buy this? It's not organic or ethical or whatever. It's like, because when I buy something, it sends a message to the producer that this is what the people want to buy. And it's so exhausting to have to worry about such stuff. So especially for teens, since the world puts a lot of pressure on us to like do the right thing and buy the right stuff. But then adults aren't always the best people to like lead with example.
I mostly think about like brands. Maybe. Yeah. Like if it's like not branded. Yeah. Most times I don't buy anything like that's not branded stuff.
And I think that we should, at school, at home, everywhere really, we should talk more about that stuff. Why is it important to buy this product instead of that stuff? Because you can't really expect teenagers to just know the stuff. Yeah. Someone should tell us, help us. Like the people who have already like learned a lot about money could like give us a hand and tell us why it's important and how we can actually like try to make money and save money and be responsible with money. It doesn't come out automatically, at least for me it doesn't.
Yeah. My parents have talked to me about it like sometimes, but most of the time it goes like on deaf ears because I don't really care. I think they talk about it like sometimes, but we should talk about it more.
Yeah, and I think that it might be easier to talk to teenagers about money in a practical way, real life tips instead of like preaching about complicated like terms we can't understand.
Yeah, we can actually like see it in real life.
Yeah,
like
I think
examples.
Yeah, I think that like everyday stuff, how to save a few euros every day, that sort of stuff, because we don't really understand big financial Wall Street terms of money or like the world economics. So it's easier for us if people just like help us with how to deal with money in everyday life and like easy and practical stuff, because money can be a really big boogeyman for us teenagers and of course everyone, but it helps if we talk about it in a way that we can understand it.
Yeah.
Overall, I think that even though money can give you happiness and money can do a lot of things and it has a big role in our society, it's also important to talk about how much good we can do with the money. I don't know where the quote's from, but this is something that really stuck with me. It was, don't judge a man by how much he has, judge him by how much he's willing to give away. And I think that's something to think about.
Yeah. And not to stress too much about like money. You can still have like fun and use it on basically like dumb stuff.
Yeah, I think it's about finding the balance, like doing both.
Yeah.
Because if you focus on the future too much, you forget about today.
Yeah.
And the future is never sure, so we don't know what will happen tomorrow. So it's important to spend a minute enjoying today.
Yeah, like experiencing stuff.
Yeah.
But still like have money for like a bad day.
Yeah.
Basically, if something happens, you have like money in the like savings account, but still like having fun.
Yeah, doing both really.
Yeah.